4,500 years ago, the world's most oldest and wonders, was built in Egypt. Which even today, it amazes the people all around the world. The Great Pyramid of Giza. With a height of 146.6 meters, this remained as the tallest structure in the world for over 4,000 years. And this was made by heavy stones to build the pyramid. And it is said to weigh around 6 million tons. The question which we all are still confused about is how it was built. Long years ago, there wasn't any cranes, bulldozers, or any other modern technology to build this tallest structure in the world. It is unbelievable that a structure is still standing for over more than 4,500 years, even through the sandstorms, rainfalls, and hot summers. There is no other structure in the world which is surviving as old as this, and as big as this. This is out of our imagination. The people of those times made this breathtaking structure without any equipments which we have today. So, let's look how this massive structure was made possible.
Welcome to Magic Creation. Before getting into the video, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel.
It's easy to see why people are so fascinated with the Egyptian pyramids. There are a lot of mysteries surrounding their construction. So how did people 4,500 years ago create some of the largest, most iconic structures on Earth? We're still not totally sure, but a new discovery could make it a whole lot clearer. The Great Pyramids of Giza, and the other pyramids, over 100 Egyptian pyramids, are considered the greatest pieces of human engineering and architecture. Some scriptures, found from ancient Egyptians, can help us to understand a bit better how the construction of such monuments has come about. These huge structures of limestone, or mud brick, are the oldest known man-made structures on our planet. It took about 60 years to build the pyramids in ancient Egypt, roughly between 2550 to 2490 BC. The general theory is based on the belief that the huge stones were carved from the quarries, using copper chisels. Then, these blocks were dragged and lifted into position. However, the method regarding the movement and placement of these stones is under great dispute. Egypt's pharaohs expected to become gods in the afterlife. To prepare for the next world, they erected temples to the gods, and massive pyramid tombs for themselves, filled with all the things each ruler would need to guide and sustain himself in the next world. It is estimated that the Great Pyramid of Giza was built by Pharaoh Khufu. The monarch of ancient Egypt are known as Pharaoh. This breathtaking structure is located on the west of the River Nile. You can also see that it isn't the only pyramid. You can also see two other pyramids, built on the same site. In this three, the tallest is the Pyramid of Giza, which is also known as Pyramid of Khufu. Smaller than it is the Pyramid of Khafra, the second largest pyramid in Egypt. And this is said to have been built by the Khufu's son, Khafra. And the third and the smallest is the Pyramid of Menkaure, and that is said to have been built by Khafra's son, Menkaure. However, these three were not the first pyramids to be built. The first pyramid was built by Pharaoh Djoser at Saqqara around 2670 BC. The majority of the stones are not uniform in size or shape, and are only roughly dressed. The outside layers were bound together by mortar. Primarily local limestone from the Giza Plateau was used for its construction. It is believed that ancient Egyptians ferried the huge stone blocks on the Nile River. In addition to the many unresolved arguments about the construction techniques, there have been disagreements as to the kind of workforce used. The Greeks, many years after the event, believed that the pyramids were built by slave labor. Archaeologists now believe that the Great Pyramid of Giza was built by tens of thousands of skilled workers who camped near the pyramids and worked for a salary. The wet sand made the stones a lot easier to drag, and this practice can actually be seen in some ancient wall paintings. Once the stones were dragged across the desert, it's believed that one of a series of ramp options were erected to drag the stones to the top as they built upwards. The next theory of how the pyramid was built is the water shaft theory. While the ramp theory discusses dragging stones across the desert, the water shaft theory outlines that special canals were constructed all the way to the build sites, allowing the stones to float all the way there. Supposedly, floats were made of wood or inflated animal skins, so they could be pulled to shore easily. A series of pipelines then controlled how the blocks moved upwards, without any heavy lifting. However, there is little evidence to support this claim, including any traces of these water channels.
This not just it, there are many such theories made till now. Actually, it is difficult to explain how the pyramids were built. Some people claim that the pyramid was built by the aliens, because they believe that it wasn't possible for humans